Algorithmic trading has always felt like this super powerful but also super intimidating tool in the world of finance. But what if it wasn't? Today, we're going to dig into a piece of software that claims it can make this whole complex world accessible to pretty much anyone. Let's see if it actually lives up to that promise. I mean, for most of us retail traders, the answer has always been a big, fat yes. The world of algo trading usually seems like a fortress, right? It's guarded by these walls of complicated code, really expensive platforms, and just a steep, steep learning curve. It's a world that honestly has felt off limits to the everyday investor for a long time. Yeah, and this slide just perfectly captures that whole barrier. On one side, you've got your typical platforms. They can be so cumbersome, they take forever to set up, and let's be real, they're just plain hard to understand. But on the other side, you've got the promise of something totally different, a tool that's built for speed, easy setup, and a genuinely user-friendly experience. So what is this tool that's making all these big claims? It's called EasyTrading Software, and its whole design philosophy is pretty fascinating. It runs in this simple text-based interface, kind of like those old-school command prompts. By ditching all the fancy graphics, the entire focus is on just one thing: raw, lightning-fast execution speed. It's all about performance over pretty visuals. And the setup process? This is where you really see that commitment to simplicity. Instead of the usual massive headache of generating and managing complex API keys, it uses this really clever workaround. You just log into your broker's website like you normally would, and a simple browser extension grabs what's called a session cookie. Think of it as a temporary digital key that proves you're logged in. Then you just run the program and bam, it connects automatically. It's designed to get you trading in minutes, not hours. All right, so it's easy to set up, that's great, but what can it actually do? Let's jump into the core features and see what makes this thing tick. So under the hood, it's got a pretty impressive toolkit. You get a whole library of pre-built strategies, so you're not starting from scratch. It has a crucial auto-hedging feature for protection, which we'll talk more about. There are AI-powered signal predictions, performance monitoring, and maybe most importantly, a paper trading mode, so you can practice completely risk-free. Okay, I really want to zoom in on this auto hedging feature because this is a big one. Think of it as your own automated safety net. If a trade starts to go against you and lose money, the software automatically jumps in and executes a counter trade to limit the damage. It's designed to actively protect you from taking a big hit, which is a huge deal for any trader. And of course, it wouldn't be a modern tool without a little AI, right? The software uses machine learning models to generate its trade signals. Now, the source material claims these predictions are really effective, analyzing market data to try and suggest which way an asset might be heading. Obviously, no prediction is a crystal ball, but the whole goal is to give you a potential statistical edge. Okay, all that theory is great, but let's make it real. We're going to walk through a simple but really powerful strategy that's shown in the source material: scalping. And this is all about making small, quick profits over and over again throughout the day. And check this out. This example just makes it so clear. In this case, the user sets up a scalping trade for HDFC Bank futures. They basically tell the software, hey, buy for me at 760 and then sell for me at 765. That locks in a 5-point profit. But here's the best part. They set it to repeat this whole cycle 10 times. So now the software just sits there all day, automatically executing that trade whenever the price hits those exact triggers. Set it and forget it. So if any of this has piqued your interest, you're probably wondering, okay, how can I actually get my hands on this thing? Let's cover the practical steps for getting started. First things first, compatibility is key. The software connects with a lot of India's most popular brokers, including Zerodha, Angel One, 5paisa, Grow, and Upstocks. That wide support means a huge number of retail traders can potentially use it right out of the box. Getting a trial version seems really straightforward. You just have to go to the official website, that's softg.in, fill out a quick form, and then you can download the software. The source mentions a 3-day free trial, which is great because it gives you a chance to test everything out, including that super important risk-free paper trading mode. Okay, now for the big question, what does it cost? This is a key detail. Right now, the pricing isn't actually public. The reason is that the developers are getting registered with SEBI. That's India's main financial market regulator. It's a really necessary step for these kinds of platforms. And the final pricing will be announced once they get that official approval. This quote from the source really brings it all back home. It sums up the whole promise. The user here compares it to other platforms out there, calling them cumbersome, and then emphasizes that this tool is just different. It works with lightning speed. It's all about stripping away the complexity to focus on pure performance. And that really brings us to a much bigger question, doesn't it? As more tools like this come out, all aimed at lowering that barrier to entry, are we on the verge of a whole new era for trading? Could these algorithmic strategies, which were once just for the big institutions, truly become accessible to everyone? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.